Hi everyone, Andrew Carruthers here for Sam Villa. I want you to know something. Here at Sam Villa, we've got big ears. And what I mean by that is we're listening to you. When you have requests on our Facebook page, you're posting things to Instagram, maybe leaving comments on our YouTube site, we're listening to you. And one of the things we're listening to is when you have these really intensely dense haired clients, you're having trouble getting movement. And I want to share with you a really excellent technique, and it's a double-layered texturizing technique that we're going to use to finally get some movement into those really challenging hair textures. The tool that I'm going to use is actually our 9-gap razor. And what's cool about this is there's 9 little gaps in here. And in between those gaps, there's a little U shape that will help hold the hairs around it out of the way. So I can take this razor and press it right into the hair, and I'm only taking a small amount of hair away with each sweep. It's not going to take a full chunk of hair out. Before I do any razor technique, the products that you use to prepare are so essential. The thing that I've noticed with a lot of my razor techniques is if I don't have some slip to the hair, I start grinding on the hair, and that's when you see that cuticle layer start to fluff up and get grainy. So first thing I've already prepped with is the satinware. And this is a great cutting lotion. It's not heavy at all. It's very, very lightweight, so it's not gonna weigh down the hair and make it feel oily. The other product I've put in is the Redken Diamond Oil, and I wanted that for just that extra little added buffer and a little more slip to the hair. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with a vertical section, and I'm gonna take that from the very top of the head all the way down to the nape. I'm gonna comb this hair out of the way to the right side, and then section the left side off as well. On that left side, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put a clip in there because I don't need that hair right now. From this point, I'm going to take a diagonal forward section from just below that occipital bone, and I'm going to take the hair in front of it, and I'm going to again clip that away. And the reason I'm going to do this is I need to make sure that I'm working in a very orderly fashion. Because if I retexturize that same section, I might end up with the counterproductive process, which is over-texturizing. And that's where a lot of us get into trouble sometimes, isn't it? We do too much texturizing. So make sure you're working in nice, clean sections. I'm using my white comb. Since she's got dark hair, I can keep a really strong eye on her hair with the white comb. So I'm taking that 9-gap and I'm laying it flat to that diagonal section, and I'm actually coming in very, very deep, you see, and I'm just softly pulling the hair away. And I want you to see is that I don't have big chunks of hair here, do I? I've got these nice soft strands. So all I'm doing right now is reducing weight from the hair. I'm going to take another diagonal forward section. I'm going to put down my razor so I don't accidentally cut hair. Take another diagonal forward section here, and again, clip that out of the way so you're staying controlled. That's very, very key to this technique. And because I'm working on the upper surface of my sections, I'm not going to cut into this section that I've already cut. So again, I'm laying that razor against it and just softly pulling some of that weight away. Now you'll notice, guys, I'm getting really, really close to the scalp here, and that can get really scary. And what I'd encourage you to do is try it on your little sister at home, because she's not going to get too upset with you if you go too crazy, right? So get really close in there at the scalp. You're below the occipital bone, which is an actually fairly protected area of the head. And it's really, really important to get deep into the hair, because that's where a lot of the bulk lives, in these really dense hair textures. You with me so far? Good. So let's take one more diagonal section. Now on this one, what's going to happen is I'm going to sit just above the occipital bone at the top end of it. So I do want to be a little more careful there, because I am getting into hair that could potentially start to jump up. Clip that guy out of the way. So here at the very top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see where the hair starts to curve. I hope you guys can see that that curvature starts right there. That's my safety net. So I'm going to bring in the razor right there at that safety net and softly remove all the way out to the ends. And again, you can see it's just soft bits of hair that are coming through. As I come down closer into the nape, I'm going to start to come out again a little farther, and the reason for it is even though I'm at the nape, I'm also at her hairline, and I want to be a little more careful around the hairline. Now, I don't want to go through and do the entire head for you. I just really want to focus in on that particular part of the technique. Now, where I would go from here is now I would start to put in my peaks and valleys of texture. There you could go in with your blending scissor, you could go in with a straight scissor, you could go in with the straight razor and start to create valleys and peaks and valleys and peaks. But because we've pre-texturized the hair, taken some of that bulk out, now that texture is going to have life to it. It's going to have airspace internally. So again, this 9-gap razor is a really key tool for removing that density, and that's going to be the part that really helps you guys with getting moving into those really dense hair textures. I hope that really helps you guys out. I'm Andrew Carruthers for Sanvia.